And do you remember how I said that for like about the first half of this game, like the PCs are relatively safe?
Off the table.
We're about halfway through this game.
Mm-hmm. God, are we already?
If you're not part of our Discord community and Jen just starts yelling, go away, it's like, no, come to us. Come to us over on Discord. Don't listen to JenofThieves. We would love to have you over there.
I'm telling you to go away.
Our next YouTube short.
All right, well then, fine. Let me just plug the things for you.
Oh, yep. Okay. Just jumping in halfway through. If this is your first time catching us, or you're super behind and don't know what's going on, YouTube. You can check us out on YouTube, DM Daddy RPG. We've got a lot. It's a lot. Including 5 other episodes of this game. We've got Werewolf the Apocalypse ongoing right now, plus some upcoming one-shots that will be available on the YouTube. We've got an upcoming D&D getting ready to start. There's a lot. It's a lot. A lot of my face, and I'm sorry.
You shouldn't be.
We aren't.
But if you love my face, if you love my face, and you love these beautiful people's faces, and you love DM Daddy's face, maybe, just maybe, just think about joining our Patreon. Lots of perks with our Patreon, including special freebie redeems, guaranteed slots in games, merch. That should be soon. God, that should be soon. Voting, weighted voting when it comes to picking new games, and access to shiny lore dumps that I think are coming up soon.
Really?
Maybe. Anyway, today, on Sundays, is Highlander Call to Arms. And we are joined today by RD2 playing Verso, Glandezzo playing Timothy, and Chef, aka Core Hall, playing Bjorn. How you guys doing today? You good?
We're here.
Good?
Good.
Sleepy.
I'm tired, but let's do this.
Yeah.
I feel that.
Yay.
This will be fun. Recaps? Anyone remember what happened last week?
Mine's easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You know what?
Let
Artie, you
the
go
little guy
first,
go first.
because there was only one thing I remember from last week. Go.
There was a lot of back and forth between Bjorn and Jason. Like a lot of back and forth. And basically it was arguments over like Jason being like, you're a bunch of killers. Like, why do you go around beheading people? And then Bjorn trying to be like, well, hang on a second. Why are you coming at me with this? And it was an entire ordeal, and it was pretty funny. And Verso just had to sit there and just wait for the children to stop fighting.
Poor Verso.
And then...
Nope. Someone else. Someone else.
Yeah.
Someone else. All right, Bjorn, what'd you do?
I was minding my own. I can't even finish it. Okay.
Never.
No, I was not. I was all up in the thick of it. I saw Verso getting a number, and of course, I was inspired. Basically, spend most of the game arguing with Jason. Although we, admittedly, for all of our childish bickering, we were able to put a pin in it when we were going about the espionage. I think that's how the Italians say it. We were at a pizzeria at the time. Let's see. We went into a pizzeria.
Yeah.
Hmm?
What happened at the pizzeria? It was actually an Italian place. They're different, but go on.
We were at Mama Vincent's, and we went in there, and we were waiting for Verso to be Verso, and Verso did not Verso because it was not a Nurso, so Nurso was not the Verso or Struoso.
Long story
that
short,
worked.
there's now a captive in the basement of the church.
I chased a line cook who bolted. He ran into literally inside of a car driven by a certain someone who I wasn't there to see, who I may or may not have been arguing with. Gets out, and I Viking rushed the guy. He tried to hit me. I made it so he couldn't do that again. And after a lot of yelling and a phone call, he's back at the church.
Yep. And then there was a nice conversation with a very not upset detective, and Timothy and Naomi were off getting fake IDs.
Yeah.
Where we last left off, Bjorn was going to just drive and wander all over New York City.
Oh no, I had a destination.
All over. And so we're just gonna come back together. Maybe the next day. We're coming back together maybe the next day. Jason has gone off to do things that Jason needs to do. Before we start, couple reminders. Cares can give advantage on rolls. Harms can deal actual physical harm or disadvantage. You can spend some of your spirit points that you have banked, all of you have at least one, on rolling with an advantage, if you would like. And do you remember how I said that for like about the first half of this game, like the PCs are relatively safe?
Off the table.
We're about halfway through this game.
Mm-hmm. God, are we already halfway? Wow.
This is episode 6.
Wow. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Chugging right along.
Mm-hmm.
So, when we come in, it is, let's say it's kind of evening-ish. Calvin, your prisoner, is still tied up. A little groggy. The nurse has finally gone home. For now. She's gonna take a quick nap, and then she'll shower, and she'll change, and she'll come back. Don't worry.
Or so.
Dominic is upstairs. Any other locational questions? you are all currently at the church. You could go other places later if you'd like.
Before Jason dips, I'll make sure to give him his ID that I picked up for him.
Okay. And Naomi is back there with you. She left at some point, but she came back with... Well, you know what? Timothy, roll me some perception.
Perception.
And you know what? The other two can too. It's one big room. It's not super easy to sneak stuff in.
I see nothing.
Neither does Bjorn.
Hey, 8 brothers.
What do you mean neither does Bjorn? Oh, sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. My bad. My bad. Just realized it. My mistake.
Yep, you didn't scroll, did you?
Nope. Because that requires common sense and knowing what you're doing.
It happens. It happens. All right. Well, she comes back in, gets settled back on the little cot she had assigned to her, more or less. So you have at least one thing you should probably do today, and that is talk to Calvin. But Naomi seems a little anxious. And you can talk to her too if you want.
As soon as she came back from whatever she was doing, and I noticed that she's fidgeting. Hey, Naomi.
She kind of like takes a big deep breath and eyes closing for a second before she opens and smiles. Yeah?
How are you doing?
This is kind of like my first time being kind of like on the run.
Mm-hmm.
So, not great. No, I'm not. I don't want to. I just want to get back to a normal life, normal schedule, a normal stuff.
So can I want to use one of my abilities, please.
Okay. Which one?
I want to use Trust Me.
What does that do?
I think that's this button. Yeah, that button.
All right. When you are asking a non-hostile person for information, you can roll 1 influence die to nudge them outside their comfort zone. Target must make a wisdom saving throw against your trick DC. Do you know what that is? Off the top of your head?
It's right there, 13.
Okay. Oh, I see.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you actually... Okay. You're a close personal confidant with proper security clearance. Okay.
There's milk in the refrigerator.
Let's
There's
see.
milk in the refrigerator.
Roll real quick.
Okay. Can you close the door, please?
Oh well.
What do you say? Because maybe you don't even need to do that. What do you say?
I'm doing stuff, dude.
Well, she said she was okay and wanted to... didn't want to get used to the life of being on the run.
Mm-hmm.
But you've been kind of antsy since you got back. Are you okay?
Okay. I know.
Considering situation, I understand.
You guys were like asking me before if I knew where he was or what he was doing or any of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I snuck back into the office and then changed the passcodes to give myself passcodes in, and also I got a new key card because he canceled mine. So if you still want him, I can give him to you. And I don't like that. I don't like this whole conversation.
I understand. It's not a fun conversation.
That was incredibly brave of you.
Yeah, well, he hasn't been handling his own stuff for kind of a long time, so I knew like there were a few things he would probably forget about right away, but not forever. So she kind of like reaches into her back pocket and pulls out like a little key card. I also downloaded his calendar for the next 2 weeks. So I know where he's supposed to be.
Take the stuff. Can you send that over to? I point to somebody who has a phone. Oh, I picked up a new phone.
We can say you did. That's fine.
Okay. Well, while we were out getting IDs.
Yeah, we'll say that.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Okay. Can you send that information over, please?
What's your phone number?
867-5309.
What a
Text
coincidence. That's my number.
Sends it over.
Just pull it up. What we got?
He has basically from like 6 to 9 p.m. every day during the week, including today, blocked off as research. And then that is the only thing that's really constant throughout the schedule. There's tons of color-coded meetings on color-coded meetings, plus testing, plus events, plus interviews, plus like media, plus a meeting with an autobiographer. Which
Doesn't work. That's not how that works.
I mean, if you have a ghostwriter, it is.
I'm not even sure this man has a ghost anymore. Okay, may I?
He is highly scheduled, and the only thing that is really regular is that 6 to 9 p.m. research.
He's got 6 hours a day blocked off. Does it say where?
6 to 9 p.m. It's 3 hours a day. It doesn't
right.
say where,
I was thinking 9 to.
but
yeah.
you can ask.
Do you know where he's doing his research?
Oh yeah. It's down on his office building in West 36th, 8th floor. That's what this key card is too.
Hey, Jen.
Mm-hmm.
Insight check. Is she lying to me?
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Did you roll it?
Find
Oh, yeah,
out.
you did not. I'm not even gonna roll. She is telling the truth.
Okay.
As far as she knows, that is the correct schedule. This is the correct key card. That is exactly where he's gonna be.
Okay.
Naomi, may I? I'm sorry if this seems mistrustful, but I am curious. Why go about this? Is this for spite, revenge? Going back to a place where you have told us that you're pretty sure you'll be at least apprehended, if not far worse, on site, and hacking your way in, no doubt having other people help you, raises a question as to why.
I think you're giving me a little bit too much credit on that, like hacking, thing. But I mean, everything you just said is exactly why I would. I'm expendable. I am a loose end. I am garbage that he hasn't had a chance to chuck into the truck yet. And I don't want to give him that chance, if I'm honest. And I don't know what else to do. It's not like I have a job anymore. And I know how ruthless he can be. So if this could maybe not be my problem, like I'm okay with it not being my problem.
Naomi, I'd like to think that anybody who goes through trauma together is at least somewhat of a friend. So I would ask that you please not speak about my friend as you just did. I don't care what he thinks of you, but his definition is not true. You're not garbage, and at least to us, I don't see you as disposable.
What are you talking about?
You literally just described yourself as a loose end, disposable garbage for him to throw out at any second.
I mean, that's how he sees me.
Yes. But he's also not your boss.
Oh, are you trying to be like encouraging?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to.
Oh, okay. No, I have some kind of self-worth. I just don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. That's all. And he's obviously dangerous, and I don't want to die yet.
I mean, she did grab the barrel of an automatic weapon. That's pretty badass.
Oh no, that was really dumb. That was pretty dumb.
It was dumb, but it was also badass.
Honestly, like the first time I ever saw a gun in real life. So that was, listen, I paid for that move dearly. But, it's fine. I don't hold it against anybody. I just want this to be over with, and I want maybe if I can get into his office, I can I don't know. I have a lot to think about. If you wanna get him, you can. If you don't, that's fine.
Is that all you did while you were there?
What do you mean?
Got your access back, got your key card and everything back. You didn't talk to anybody?
It's his private testing facility. There's no one else there except him. And investors, sometimes.
I have no idea. I assumed you were talking about your main corporate building. Okay.
Mm-mm.
Well, I can't know that. I can say I do know a place across the country that's always looking to hire good people.
To do what?
Well, deal with scatterbrained people. I also know somebody who's opening a restaurant. I know some people who are... There's all kinds of options for a dedicated, intelligent young lady like yourself. Please don't think that you are somehow at the end of your rope, because you're clearly not.
There's a difference between not knowing what comes next and being at the end of my rope. It's fine. Cares for everybody. Cool. So, Tim, president reason. Board. Everybody has one advantage to roll with at your leisure.
Okay.
And thank Cricket for it.
Thank you, Cricket. So now that we've, had this conversation and everything, I must ask one other question. How squeamish are you?
I mean, looking at my hand was not. I passed out. I'm gonna level with you. I passed out. So if that's what we're talking about, pretty squeamish.
Well,
Why?
it wasn't anything to. It was more to see whether or not you wanted to go upstairs before I try to have a conversation with this person over here. On the other hand, if you would like, knowing that you are a very intelligent and perceptive woman, perhaps you would like to try to speak with him before I do?
I have made a bit of a career for myself out of pretending I don't hear things. So if there was like a The way I could maybe not hear anything that I shouldn't be hearing, I'll just go upstairs.
I leave that decision to you.
I guess let me know if you want to go. Timothy.
Let me get back to you, name it. I want to run up to talk to Dominic.
Okay. I'm just gonna go upstairs anyway. She just kind of like stands up and shuffles up the stairs, goes to the snack and coffee table. And Father Dominic is up there too, if you want to follow.
I'll follow over to grab a cup of coffee. And I'll take it over to him.
Yeah.
Or he's been busy.
He is currently set up along a set of pews, sorting donation clothes. Looks up and over at you when you approach. Yes.
Good morning.
Hello.
I need a thought.
A thought. I have a few. What thought do you need?
You usually do, and they're usually pretty spot on. I let him know exactly what we've been given, as far as because it's still a little suspicious to me how she just vanished and then came back with all the access on a plate. Could you? What do you think of this the situation? Because it feels like it just kind of landed in my lap, and I'm not sure if I trust this. I trust her, but I'm not sure if she was allowed in under the guise of she's sneaking in.
I see. I think when people have big trauma, they can change their mind now, whether he expected or not. How long have they been working together?
How long have I known about it? Because she's contacted me before everything started.
Yeah, that was several years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, I don't remember exactly, but she said something earlier around like 6 or 7 years, something like that.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, about 6, 7 years, somewhere in there.
That does seem like long enough for him to know who she is.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know if he's good with people?
I mean, he's the face man of that multi-million-dollar company.
True.
You don't get that kind of money without, talking your way through somebody.
What exactly worries you?
I just don't want to walk into the bear trap.
But you're smart. Yeah?
I like to think I am, but I've done dumb things, apparently.
Haven't we all?
You're not wrong.
The longer you live, the dumber they can be. If you expect a trap, plan for a trap. He is a very protected man.
Mm-hmm.
It may be difficult to find an excuse, an opportunity to set things up entirely on your own terms. But if you could, what would you want?
If he's doing all of this research on immortality, then he's dangerous. He can throw the whole balance of the game out the window. I almost had him.
Did you?
Yeah, his sword got caught on a bone or something.
There are many of those.
Yeah.
200 something, right?
Mm-hmm.
But only 7 in the neck.
Yeah, I hit one of them. But
So you want his head?
I don't think I want it, but I think it's somebody needs to claim it.
For the good of everyone else?
I'm sorry, I missed that one. What was that?
For the good of everyone else?
It sounds so cliche to say, though.
Do you know why, Timothy? This is... I only know you so much. We can only know each other so much, yeah. I only know you so much, but you have spent a lot of time worrying about yourself. What keeps you safe? What keeps you well? What keeps you wealthy? You see something you want, you take it. But this is not entirely that.
No. I've also ran by myself for so long.
This is, dare I say, a little bit brave.
Yeah, what's wrong with me?
You are maybe learning, maybe growing.
I don't
Not
like
to alarm you. People feel the need to take care of you, Timothy, yes?
Yeah.
So you do not often have the occasion to learn or grow.
Mm-hmm.
And that is not fair to you. You deserve opportunities to change if you want to. So,
Yeah, like I said, I ran alone for a long time.
this is different, and wanting different things can be uncomfortable.
I like Jason. He's a good guy. He's only been around for 6 months. I don't want him hurt. All right, I guess I go hunting. That's not my thing. Why do I'm going.
Our little bear's growing
I
up.
leave him the coffee on the table, and I walk back.
Thank. He goes back to sorting clothes. Hey, everybody gets a care from Piers. Look at that go.
Hey, thank you,
Thank you,
Pierre.
Pierce.
Loading them up. It's almost like something might happen today. All right, back downstairs. Does anybody want to have any conversation while Timothy is away? And while Naomi is away? And while Calvin is still a little groggy?
Did that strike you as odd too? Talking to you, Artie.
Oh, I didn't know. Maybe a little bit.
A little bit? A young woman who we barely know decides to take it on herself to confront her single greatest fear, goes and tries to set up and backstab an immortal to hand him off to several other immortals with everything we could possibly need, including where he's going to be and when. This seems too easy.
It's definitely something to be wary of.
Well, I mean, where would... This guy is a lot of things. He's a rich man. He's an eccentric man. But nobody's ever said he was a stupid man. And I know people like us have huge blind times, but there's a limit to what I genuinely think he would forget when it comes to the person who knew him closest of anybody for the past God only knows how many years. That person gets shot and discarded, and all of a sudden she's able to sneak back into your sanctum of sanctums. I'm getting some major Star Wars they let us go vibes going on here.
Well, I've never seen the movie. I will trust your word on that.
It's been out for like 30 years.
I did not have interest nor time to watch Star Wars.
Oh my god. Do you not take...
From like the corner.
How are you a
Calvin's
teacher and
like,
don't
"Oh
know
my
Star
God."
Wars?
I don't know. I'd rather read books about romances than intergalactic things.
There are a lot of Star Wars books that are also romances. Okay, sometime before we leave New York, you're gonna see it, if only so you can relate to your students better. I turn over, and so now that you're awake, how you doing?
And we'll say this is about the same time Timothy wanders down to rejoin you.
All right. So,
What was that about Star Wars I heard?
he's never seen Star Wars.
Don't worry about it.
No. He's a teacher and he's never seen Star Wars. How do you relate to your students? That's my question. And then this one over here decided to get... Well, okay, fine. He and I shared a similar mood right then, so I can't blame the guy. But anyway. So, Calvin. Can I call you Calvin, or would you prefer something else?
You can call me go fuck yourself.
All right, go fuck yourself. So, why'd you run? You could have stood
Needed
and
to
talked
get my
with
fucking cardio.
your fucking cardio.
Why'd you
Really?
run?
I needed to get some fucking answers. And when I ask a question and something bolts, traditionally, the two are connected. Especially since I said, hey, about that order, and you ran. Looks pretty damn suspicious.
Yeah, you know what else is fucking suspicious?
Oh, I can't wait to hear this.
Beating a guy up,
I didn't beat
holding
you
him
up.
hostage. I don't think you're a cop, so the fuck.
I'm not holding you hostage.
You're right, nobody will want me. Let me go then, so I
No.
can get the fuck out.
Hostage requires that I be trying to use you as some form of bartering chip. Come on. Look. I tell you what. Because I'm trying to be a nice guy, after being yelled at so much, Timmy,
Hmm.
can you do me a favor?
I can do a lot of things.
Can you and Verso try to ask him the nice way while I go try to find a pair of pliers?
I mean, I can. Now, who is
Would
it?
you? Oh, I'm sorry, you haven't been introduced. I apologize. Calvin, this is a good friend of mine, Timothy. Timothy, this is Calvin. He was at Mama Vincent's, and whenever we went in there to ask about the order that probably carried a bomb, remember that one? The bomb-ass lasagna, I think, was the joke at the time. The second that this one walks out of the kitchen, sees me, Verso, and Jason, he bolts And when I say bolts, I mean the kind of shit you see in like Law and Order. I chased him down, caught him, he tried to hit me, I made it so he couldn't hit me again, and here we are.
Yeah, big hero shit. What, are you fucking babysitting?
I'm not a hero. Who said I was a hero?
Okay,
I'm a
let's
lot
not
of things.
rehash this old argument, please.
Fine.
Go find what you need to find.
Okay. I go over and like rummage around trying to find pliers, a wrench, screwdrivers. If I can find some really long matches, I definitely get those.
Upstairs in the supply cabinet.
Yeah, you know in that on that little bank of candles, the name escapes me, but you know the little bank of like visual candles, you can find plenty of long matches. There's not going to be like a wrench or pliers down here though. This is much more of just a general residential area.
Okay.
But you can go upstairs and look.
Tell you what. You two talk to him for a second. I'm gonna go see if I can find these stuff to make a really fun little Algonquin talking stick. You're back.
That's racist, bro.
I learned it from an Algonquin. How was that racist?
Fuck out.
All right, go fuck yourself. See you in a bit. I walk up, go pick those up, grab a cup of coffee, and walk back down. Whatever time frame that entails.
Was this the Home Alone crew?
I mean, you can call me Kevin if you like.
All right, look, he will be back soon, and I would wish not to hurt you any further. But we know you know something about that order that blew up in the park, and I would suggest that you tell us what you know before things have to get any more painful than they've already been.
Jen, question.
Yeah. What do you want to use?
Is this guy considered hostile towards me?
I would say so. You are part of the crew. Clearly that has tied them up. So we'll say yes.
I was thinking so, but I wanted to ask before I threw. Look, man, I don't want you here any more than you want to be here. I'll tell you that like it is. All you need to do is tell me who paid you.
Listen, kid, we're not talking about like, this is some grown-up shit, you know? I don't know who dragged you in here, who's your mom, I don't care.
Then why don't you tell me who paid you? Talk to me then.
I pull my dagger, start spinning it in my hand.
Yeah, super scary kid. Listen, I can tell you one thing. I wasn't paid like a one-off, okay? And the guy I work with, he didn't do snitches. So whatever you think you can do to me, unless you got a better offer, I'll just have to take my fucking chances.
How much did he pay you?
Cool.
Pays me $5,000 a month.
I've got access to my accounts again, yeah?
You have access. Well, you've always had access to your accounts. You just
Well,
not
now that I got the phone and get back, I'm good.
Yeah.
What do you think will happen when they have no use for you anymore? That they will
Well, if
just
I go
let
around
you go?
blabbing, they're gonna have no use for me anyway.
Well, even if you don't, as soon as you are useless, what do you think will happen to you?
probably about the same damn thing that's gonna happen if I talk. Just a lot slower.
So here is proposition. You tell us what you know, and we will not hurt you any further. And whatever protection we can offer to you.
I know I don't look like it. I know a few guys.
Can I come back in now?
You are already in bad spot. We can at least try to help you to the best we can, but in order to do that, you need to help us.
I don't know what kind of protection you think you can. You're not even from around here, dude.
I'm gonna take my.
No, but I am.
I'm gonna take my sword out and just set it.
The fuck? You just carry a fucking sword?
Who doesn't?
Indeed, I do.
I take out a pocket knife and start whittling the end of the matches down to really long, thin, sharp spikes. So, Calvin, have you decided to play ball with us, or do I get to play?
Can I, again, insight to see if there's any chance we're going to get this guy to start talking?
Yeah, sure.
Hey. Neat.
Nice. You know, in part from your time criming, that the people lower in the wrong tend to have a little less stake in the game. And this dude is clearly pretty low on the crime family map here. Usually, when it comes to people like that, either they want money or they want assurances. So if you can give him either enough money for safety or enough assurance for safety, he doesn't really have a reason not to tell you. There's not like a personal loyalty at stake here. It's just his life.
That's what I was thinking. Do I got 10 grand I can transfer? Just
You got what? You have wealth 5, right?
4 or 5.
Let me look. I'll look real quick.
Both 5 and a cricket 1.
E and food.
Wealth 4.
Yeah. Well, 4.
Yeah.
Would
Yeah,
it, like,
that
really
would probably. What?
Would it really like hurt me?
It would probably wipe out your like liquid assets for the month.
Mm-hmm.
But you have like stocks and bonds and properties and other sources of income that you could make liquid. They're just not currently liquid.
Okay.
So, what do we reckon?
I'm waiting to see what the fuck these dudes think they can do for me.
Look.
Oh, we're doing 4 instead of doing 2?
Look, I'll tell you what I'll do right now. I'll send you 10 grand to your account of your choice.
His whole like face changes. Like swollen eye even widens a little bit. And then squinches back down like he's real suspicious.
I'll throw in a plate.
And I'll get you in contact with somebody who can get you out of here.
I was going to say just get him a plane ticket out of town, but okay, whatever.
There's no way you have that kind of cash, kid.
I'd turn around, just show him.
Versa, would you hold his
hiding
hand,
the,
one of his hands down, please?
hiding the account info. Just
Bjorn,
letting him see the total.
I need you to calm down. Calm down.
I promise you, I am entirely and expressly calm. One doesn't go into these things jittery. Besides, if you're too shaky whenever you try to ram it up under the fingernail through into here, if you're not calm, what'll happen is it'll come out the side or something,
Guys,
and then the fire doesn't work.
Upstairs, please.
Okay, first of all, I did not need to know that. Second of all, we are getting somewhere. No. I will not resort to violence if we don't need to.
Guys, would you go upstairs for a moment, please?
Just so you know, I come back down here and he doesn't tell me that we have a deal. I'm starting with your right hand, and I walk up the stairs.
Verso, stay by the door, please. So look, like I said, I know people. I've done a few things. I know I don't look it. I'm a little older than I look.
12.
Roll me persuasion.
Okay. I'm going to use one of my advantages.
Okay. Deal.
It's a good thing I did. Okay. Yeah, 17.
He said
Great
there.
big thing.
It seems like he specifically waits for Bjorn to leave.
I believe it.
Before his expression kind of softens, and you can tell he doesn't quite believe you. But if you're telling the truth, seems like a good deal. Fine, dude, fine. 10 grand?
10 grand. I'll contact the guy first. After you give me the info, I'll give you the money.
Contact the guy, I'll give you the info, you give me the money.
Yep, that's what I said.
It's a different fucking order, words matter.
Okay, my bad. I call my my ID guy.
Okay. He answers. Yo.
Kangaroo.
What you need?
Got another guy who's looking to get out of town.
What all he need?
Just hand him the phone.
Calvin leans his head away from the phone, just kind of glaring at you. Like that.
I put it on speaker at that point. He wants to know what you need.
I don't fucking know what I need. I need a place to go. What the fuck? I thought you knew what you were doing.
IDs,
dude.
passports, what?
ID?
Okay.
I don't go nowhere.
I just pull it back up, take it off speaker. Just the works, new ID.
Okay. 500.
And I will take that out of his share.
Nope. 48 hours. I'll get your shit.
Just let me know the drop point, and I'll send him out and go get it.
Same place, 2 p.m.
Heard. Click. Okay. You're good. What's the name?
My boss is Everett Mars. We got a crew working out of the Jumpin' Jack power plant in Brooklyn.
Thank you. And where do you want the money?
I don't know. I got a bank account. I can't get my phone though.
You know your number?
Who the fuck knows her number? Well, you clearly got money, dude. I got like a debit card. Like, since last year.
Let me go down to the bank. I go ahead and transfer the amount for his ID from the account, and then I go find a way to get 9,500.
Okay.
Put it on a Chili's gift card.
I thought about it.
Okay.
I'll go get one of those prepaid visas and load it up.
I mean, you can probably find some shady like convenience stores that'll be like whatever. Okay. So, what are you doing right this second? That sounds like a future plan.
I call down back to Versa. We got a name.
Am I allowed back downstairs now?
Just stop threatening him. He's fine.
Okay, fine.
I'll step away from the door.
All right. I wait for them to come on down, or do I need to go up?
Did you think I was gonna like barge back down here or something?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. I actually was addressing that to Verso.
Oh,
I
sorry.
apologize. Did you think I was gonna like try to barge back down here or something?
I don't know you that well.
Do I seem? I like to think I'm a fairly reasonable person. Damn. Okay, fine.
Under my breath. You know what? Nope, not under my
Do it,
breath.
do it,
Keep
do
that
it.
to ourselves. Nope.
Do it.
Nope.
Do it.
Nope.
Do it.
Suffer.
Do it.
Nope.
I have torture implements in my hand.
Put them away.
Okay, I put them down somewhere and put the pocket knife back in my pocket.
Jordan, this isn't the 1600s anymore.
What's that got to do with anything?
There's better ways.
Yeah, there are. There are more technologically advanced ways. But last time I checked, most human beings have quite a few nerve endings, and we're really like psychologically defensive of our hands. Like, besides blocking a major organ, protecting your hands is up there. And when you make it so that way even using your hands is impossible, and then you start on the rest, there's pain even in the defense, which just sort of breaks. The mind cracks like a walnut.
We need to get you some better books.
You guys friends with this douchebag?
You swung on me first.
That is.
Yeah, that's
child
different from
abuse.
fucking torture. What the fuck?
I haven't laid a finger on you, if you'll notice.
What the fuck?
Like, dude, seriously, this is nothing. You want to see crazy? I'll tell you, the guys who used to do stuff like this to people, bury you alive, make a trail of honey from you to an anthill.
God. I thought there wasn't gonna be any torture. Shut this motherfucker up.
There isn't. Bjorn,
I
We have a
haven't
name?
touched.
We have a
haven't.
name.
Your voice is torture. Get the fuck out of my face.
You know,
don't.
Let it go.
Don't.
Let it go.
Calvin.
We love you. Let it go. I give Boorin a hug.
I refuse to give you the lead-in line. I refuse to give you that damn bird's lead-in line. No.
You gonna resist the hug? Strength versus strength?
No, I'm just not going to reciprocate.
Okay.
I'm
That's
going
okay.
to be hugged.
You don't have to.
I am... Calvin? Does this machismo act normally work with a lot of people?
Does this ancient medieval torture bullshit work with a lot of people? You got what you wanted.
And you haven't been harmed.
So stop
Last time I
talking
checked-
about it.
I was trying to demonstrate that I was being calm. But, so we have a name, yes?
Yes,
Do we have anything besides a name?
we have a
Location.
place.
A place? Do we have a motive? Do we have a set of orders? Do we have when he picked up whatever he picked up? Do we have when he sent it? Do we have anything about where and how he knew he was supposed to put it in that particular to-go bag? It seems there is quite a bit left to learn.
Some of it you can put together. We
I
still
can.
have information from order.
Yes, I can. However, right now, you have paid this individual. I'm simply saying we should get our money's worth. Because last time I checked, your guy is... Really?
Transaction.
Is there more than one bomb?
I only had one. I didn't know that was what was in the fucking box.
Who handed you it?
Got instruction to drop the box in X order.
Okay.
Is middleman.
Are you the one who entered the order?
Uh-huh.
Who gave you the note?
It was with the box.
Okay. Why?
What do you mean, why?
You knowingly committed an act of terrorism in New York City.
I knowingly
seem to be-
committed a fucking crime. That's what I fucking do. You think
Yeah.
a restaurant pays me that good? Fuck that.
How good were you being paid?
$5,000
I
a
wasn't in
month.
the... You're willing to do all this for 60 grand a year?
Yeah.
You gotta do what
Dude,
you
I
gotta
got a
do.
rat
Time's
the
tough.
size of my fucking arm.
So?
You think I can, fuck off.
I know...
This ain't about my life choices. What do you want to know?
I want to know... Okay, one, I think you can do better. You seem an intelligent individual. I know a guy.
No, fuck you. We're not going from, I'm gonna destroy your limbs to like, I think you can do better.
He's got you there, pal.
Both sentences are valid.
Fuck.
Anyway, fine. So they pay... Is 60 grand a year enough for you to not to ask questions?
Yeah.
Okay. So, your boss, and I'm assuming that you're a part-timer because if they were running out of a power plant, we would have found you in a power plant, not working, slinging spaghetti.
But he's also said that he didn't know it was in the box. He was just told, put box in order.
Yes, but he's been paid $5 grand a month to work at that restaurant, meaning that this has been in the works for a while.
No, dude, that's just my job, man.
Yeah.
So he's been paying you $5 grand a month to do what? Whatever he tells you to? Pick up,
My fucking job.
drop off?
Like a courier. They have those in like medieval torture times, huh?
I wasn't in medieval Europe, but okay. Look. why? Is there anything weird about your boss? Like, you hear about okay. There was a guy who used to run in New York called the Chin. All right. Okay, if he's anything up on criminal lore, he'll know that. There were guys who used to do all kinds of stuff, but they were a little bit weird, and that was what made them scary. What's your boss's thing?
He does crime. Dude, I don't know what the fuck. Like, it's not Jimmy the Jaw or some bullshit.
I don't know. I don't know a thing
They
about
call him
your boss.
Mars because it's his last fucking name. Also, it's a word.
Like the candy.
Like the planet?
Oh, I thought you were like the Mars bars, but okay, yeah. Okay.
I don't think they make those anymore.
What is this world coming to? All right, fine. So what are you going to tell him the second that you get out of here?
I'm certainly not fucking telling him. I just narked. So.
Yeah, sounds like a good way to get himself killed.
Yeah.
I actually fucking planned to say anything to him.
So you were going to go straight? Leave town and give up this life of crime?
Gonna leave town.
He just kind of giving him a side look, like, really? Really, Bjorn?
I don't know. For all I know, he'll be a guy, go find himself a nice job on a fishing boat, making a hell of a lot more than $5,000 a month.
Are you hiring?
Actually, we are, but that's beside the point.
I mean, you could offer him a job if you want to go straight in there, and you're going to pay him.
I could, but I don't want to pay for his plane ticket all the way there. Plus, I sincerely doubt he'd
Well, I already
accept
took
it.
care of it. That was part of the getting out of there.
Yes. Would you work for me under these situations? I wouldn't.
You fuck all the
wouldn't
way
trust
off.
me. All the way off.
Yeah.
Okay. How are we supposed to let him go?
I was just saying, money talks.
Money talks. So do tongues. How are we supposed to let this person go in a way that anybody who's out wondering where he went doesn't find out where he came from?
Blindfoldery?
Blindfolded is one thing, but how do we make sure blindfolding him is one thing. Making sure the people who are out looking for him, because if New York's crime scene is anything like it used to be, an assault on one is an assault on the honor of the family, which is why you go in gangs and everything else, because if they'll tolerate you going after one of theirs, they look weak, which means that somebody's looking for him, especially at $60,000 a year. How do we make sure he's not seen and not connected to us?
I turned to him. Are you connected with anybody in gang relations?
He's in
Are you gang affiliated? Or are you just
I mean, Mars pays me. Does that count?
Okay. Just asking what you got floating around. That's it? Cool.
All right. Is there anything else we need to know about this boss of yours?
You gonna ask a better question?
How many men does he normally have with him?
I pull up my phone and I Google this guy. I want to know what he looks like.
Okay. He's kind of like middle-aged, salt and pepper hair, kind of longer, curly, down to like brow level. A lot of stubble. All you can really find is basically like a mugshot from like 4 or 5 years ago. He's not big enough to have a whole wiki. He's not big enough to have like newspaper
mugshot for?
articles.
What was the mugshot for?
Armed robbery.
Neat.
He's not big enough to not get caught.
But he was big enough to get off. He was arrested, mugshot, but did not serve time.
Ah. You know,
You don't know anything like business wise over here. He's not the owner of the factory there.
As far as the, roll me computers. Is it computers? I always forget.
yes.
It's computers. Roll me computers real quick. Or investigation, I guess. But you're on a computer, so I'll just say computers.
That's a 14.
14. You, as far as you can find, are not finding a current owner for Jumpin' Jack's power plant. You actually can't find the exact address on Google either. There's like mentions of it as an abandoned warehouse. There's some like videos if you like hop onto YouTube of people like scoping out and videotaping old spooky abandoned places. But it's
Urban
probably,
Explorers.
as far as you can see and what you can Google, the place has been abandoned since probably the 60s or 70s.
You know,
Okay. So I would have probably been by it a few times over the centuries.
Probably.
what
Roll
would you have
intelligence.
noticed?
Roll you up?
Intelligence. You have one advantage left if you decide you want to use it.
11.
11. The few pictures that you can see on Google are familiar, and the descriptions say the Brooklyn waterfront. So you're pretty sure if you have like an area that you could roam past, and you're pretty sure you could find it, but in your like mental map of the area, you're not exactly sure where it
Streetwise
is.
would have been a 16, by the way,
Okay.
if that mattered any.
I would say that'd probably narrow it down to like a few blocks of the waterfront itself.
That's a lot more
But-
reasonable.
Yeah.
You know, it comes to my mind that we would like to have an in with this gentleman. Yes?
What are you talking to?
Oh, I was talking to my fellow immortals. I apologize.
Immortals?
No, I'm sorry. You couldn't see my hand. That was supposed to be out of character. I apologize for
If
that.
it
It's my
isn't.
fault. I know. All right. Guys, there's another option I don't think we fully explored. We need an in with Mr. Mars. We happen to have an in with Mr. Mars. One that's probably willing to at least get us a conversation.
Do you think he'll even come back to him after that big of a scene?
I think that if we happen to have certain somebody with us drive up there and ask to see the boss while bringing in...
That wasn't a deal, dude.
You and I have made no deal. I'm just saying that's another alternative. Your call.
Well, it'd be up to you to pay him.
Pay him?
Uh-huh. If you're wanting to add into the deal.
You're okay. I think you're under the mistaken impression that I'm trying to continue the same deal you are. But okay.
You know what? I'm gonna go upstairs. Starts walking up.
Hasn't worked is you threatening him. And what has worked is paying him.
I asked a question. Timothy has gone upstairs. Forgive me, but I feel like there is more to know here.
And there is. But that's not what I just told you.
You told me paying him made him tell us things.
Yes.
What way of knowing this is true do we have? What proof do we have?
We just have to trust.
Trust?
Yes. Because we do not have 100% proof. We have what we have.
You're right. However, asking this gentleman for more proof or for some way of backing up his story or claim, for all we know, he understands that sending anyone to that particular warehouse, or I'm sorry, power plant, sets up an ambush. Maybe it's there, it's nothing there, but a bunch of people to take pictures and do research and try to figure out who we are, where we are, and what we're doing so that way they can blow the building up. They've already proven they've got bombs.
We are in danger no matter what we do right now. We could have been blown up in the park just now. No matter what happens when we go there, we are in danger.
You hear from upstairs, I was blown up.
Timmy was blown up. Damn
You're
it.
willing to let the person who, you're willing to actually let the person who put the bomb in the package and sent it on its way leave town with money.
Yes.
Get a free card and a way to avoid future punishment.
Yes.
And people tell me that I don't understand.
I didn't fucking know it was a bomb, dude.
We do understand. He did not know, and there are bigger fish to fry.
Yes, and what I'm saying is sometimes you catch small fish and use them as bait for big fish. He doesn't have the answers we need. The people who gave him the bomb probably do. Or at least they can tell us how to get there. Right now, all we have is, hey, I took somebody off of your payroll, and you're going to have to take my word that I didn't send him to the cops or set you up. Us dragging him there and saying, hey, by the way, this is how we found you. All I'm after is information, and I've plugged a leak in your organization. Is a different conversation.
He is a middleman. He did it for money. He has no comms against us, and he has no loyalty aside from his own safety and his own bank account to who is after us. We have what he had to give us. We need to move on to bigger things.
He can be the bargaining chip to open the next door.
They will not care about the middleman.
They'd probably sooner shoot him than anything if we showed up with him.
Fine.
I understand where you're coming from. I do.
Do you?
I do.
And yet you're looking at me like I've gone off my rocker.
I hear what you're saying. I have heard it. I understand it. I follow the logic. However, I don't think it's going to get you where you're thinking it's going to go.
Going to get us further than it has so far. How are you planning to take the next step with this gentleman's information?
I haven't considered that part yet, and I wasn't going to do that with him here.
how are we going to prove the information we have been given is correct?
Right now,
Do you have
or not?
Do you have a phone number? Do you have a way of contacting individuals who might be able to back up your story?
I mean,
Do you have someone in the underworld?
actually,
Yes.
un momento, por favor. I will go elsewhere because he doesn't need to over here.
Okay.
I start scrolling through my contacts. Do I have a number like that could corroborate some stories?
Do you have some nonsense advantage that would give you?
Yeah.
I thought so.
Let's see. There he is. It's way down here.
But to say, despite everything, the underworld is an extremely orderly place.
I have both underworld contacts and pulling strings.
Okay.
I gain advantage on charisma checks to receive special privileges, such as da-da-da. And then I have advantage on wisdom streetwise checks to buy or sell illicit goods and services.
If you're going to buy or sell, you need a number to talk to.
I also have the powerful friends ability,
Okay.
which
What's
is
that?
the ability to speak with people of power and influence after a few phone calls.
Okay. I will say you for sure know of at least one pawn shop owner who will take in anything and can get rid of anything. It can be relatively sure at least he has some idea of the criminal background in the city.
Okay.
His name's Ron.
I'll give old Ron a call right quick. He should recognize me pretty well.
Why are you raising your hand, Chef? What's up?
Because I was hoping it was the pawn shop owner I needed to go talk to anyway.
No.
Oh.
Might be the same pawn shop. You don't know. Well, it's not the same guy.
I don't know Ron's last name.
Okay, you call Ron?
Yeah.
Easy Street Pawn Shop.
Hi, Ron.
The fuck is this?
It's Timmy.
God damn it, what'd you do?
Yeah. I didn't do anything this time.
Mm-hmm. What'd your friend do?
Which one?
The one you always come in with shit from? Your friend.
I don't think he did anything.
Your
I don't think
friend.
he did anything.
Your fucking friend. You know what I mean. What do you want?
Hey, what you know about an Everett Mars?
What do you want to know?
Like, who's he tied up with?
Yeah, there's rumors that his dad was part of one of those big gangs back in the day, but he kind of runs by himself. He's got his own little crew. 12, 13 people total. He got fingers in all kinds of pies, dude.
All kinds of pies.
All kinds. You know, he's a baby criminal. He don't know what the fuck he's doing. Trying to see what sticks, I guess.
So he probably I think he might have pulled out a plum on this one.
A what?
Little Jack Horner stuck his thumb in a plum on it though. Whatever. Old nursery rhyme.
Okay.
I knew what he meant. I got that reference.
But yeah, just because we go back a bit, Ron, I'd stay clear of him from if you. He's if some of those guys come in to try to move some stuff.
These guys roll through to offload some shit they can't sell all the time. What's he into?
I don't know, but I think he's got some people who are in over his head. If he's small potatoes.
Not small potatoes, but he's young. He's a baby. You know how things go around here.
Yeah. Any way you can find out who's payrolling them?
If anybody, I can ask.
Appreciate that. Give me a call
Hmm.
back.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Or thank you.
Cool.
I'll bring you something nice and shiny next time.
I fucking don't. Took me 3 months to sell the last shit you brought me.
But it was worth it.
Fucking Europeans.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
Click. Go back downstairs. All right. I got a guy. He's working on some things. I found out a few things.
Mm-hmm.
First, let's figure out what's going on with our friend here.
Just one and one make two, or does something about this still not add up?
You talking to me or him?
You.
I think I'm getting somewhere. I'm expecting a phone call back.
All right. I'm just running on the assumption that when Calvin here hits the street, we are going to run on the assumption that we're never going to see him again. Therefore,
All fucking luck.
Therefore, any conversation we need to have should cover all bases before he is in the wind, as they say.
Send a quick text to Jason. Hey, this is my new number. And be like, could use an input. I figure he'll reply back later.
Yeah.
How long until that phone call comes in?
Probably tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Things take a little time.
I understand. Well, tell you what. If I have an errand for some information too, then I need to run. Are we willing to let Calvin stay here overnight, and then as soon as your phone call comes in, we send him on his merry way? How long till his ID is ready anyway?
48.
48.
Yep.
So if our friend is going to be in the wind, it's going to be 48 hours. Would it really be safe to let him on the street at this point without the way to fulfill his side of this bargain?
You guys just unfucking tie me. I'll stay here.
17 times somebody has said that to me, and not once has it turned out well.
Yeah, okay. So scary.
I don't care if you're scared of me or not.
I go, what is Versa wearing right now?
Same New York night sweatshirt as
Yeah.
the other day. Jeans.
I go over behind Versa, pat him on the back. Can we get some food for our guest?
Their food?
I know there's that Neapolitan place that the father mentioned. He said it's a bit of a hike, but it's well worth it. Verso, he claims it's authentic. Wood-fired pizza and everything.
I think I will be the judge of what is authentic and what is not.
I am passing on information.
We gotta
I'm
get
not trying.
Spice.
That wasn't said viciously.
I know. That's why I'm not. I'm passing on information. They don't have my food here, so here we are.
Born to be kings.
What the fuck is your food, dude?
Poisonous fermented shark that's been buried in the beach for about 6 months. The fermentation actually breaks down.
Oh god, I'm
it's
so
quite
fucking
delicious.
sorry I asked.
Timothy is like up behind him out of line of sight.
This is New
Out of
York.
line
You
of
can find
sight
damn
for
near
who?
anything. Where is it from?
Bjorn.
Where's it from?
Norway.
Maybe the wharf down that way. Restaurant.
The Wharf Restaurant.
Yeah.
Have I been there?
Have I been there?
Bjorn for sure not. Timmy, how adventurous is Timmy though? You know, that 10-year-old palate, 11-year-old.
I mean,
I know
he's been
he's-
running around New York for the past 300 years.
I get really bored. Yeah, you've ordered from there before. It's kind of like a lot of sort of like Denmark, Norwegian, Netherlands kind of Scandinavian food.
Yeah, this sounds like it might be up your alley.
Really?
Yeah.
How far is that from here?
Like 45 minutes if you take the train. Is a while.
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be out and about anyway.
Yeah, we
Does
can
anybody want-
we can hit it for dinner.
Does anybody want anything from there while I'm out?
Oh, the club is good.
Really? Do you want me to get you some?
Please. Extra butter.
Anybody else? No shark for anyone?
Anyway, so I'm going to take a leap of faith here at this point because he knows the IDs are coming. He knows we've made the deal.
Yeah. Do you wanna roll insight?
Yeah, and like I said, I know he wants to get paid.
Okay.
Oh,
Ooh.
Okay. Whatever, like, I want to get the fuck out of here vibe you picked up from him before seems to have been soothed by the promise of money and an out. He knows that it's probably no longer safe for him out there in the city because his exit from the restaurant was really obvious. Someone was asking about that order, so if anybody goes to the restaurant to ask who was asking about that order, he's fucked.
yeah.
And nobody knows he's here. So if you were in his position, you probably wouldn't want to leave either. And you've probably been in his position before,
Yeah,
having
I
been
have.
burned and hiding out in this very basement.
There's a reason Dominic knows me so well. Okay, so I just go over, pull out and like pop the restraint.
Yeah.
All right. When
He like
get you out of here,
dramatically rubs his wrist like it was like really painful.
when we get you out of here, I'll send you the money, or I'll get you the money, because it doesn't do you much good right now anyway.
Fine. He doesn't try to take off or anything. Just
So yeah, let us do things.
Okay.
I dare say we should introduce Calvin to the good father.
We should at least let him know. I mean, let Father know.
Bjorn and Verso, you would know that the Father Dominic is well aware there is a prisoner in
I was
his
about
basement
to
right now.
say,
Okay.
Father
I
is
know,
aware of his basement dwelling guest here.
But of the deal that's been made, and that he would be here for more than a little bit of time, and has not, him being out is not reason to beat him unconscious again, or sick the nuns on him. So, just a FYI conversation seems to be up.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right. So, it seems to me we have two places we want to go to for food. I have one place I need to run to. Anybody feel like coming with, or am I on my own?
What are you planning to do?
Is this Calvin or is this Jen asking me?
This is Jen.
Okay. Well, I know I need...
We need to go, and to discuss plans, we need to vacate.
Yeah, you can go upstairs anytime you want. The father, if you need to talk to him, is still finishing sorting the clothes.
Also, Jen, there's 2 cares from Chi.
Oh, that's so nice of you, Chi. Have a good night at work.
Yeah, so we go upstairs and go see Father Dominic.
Okay.
Hey, we just wanted to let you know the downstairs guest is a guest right now.
Just tell him this. Tell him the whole thing.
What whole thing?
You know,
Bjorn, you
I'll
have
let
2 cares.
Tell him the whole thing. You have been,
Or total
been
now.
having a lot of fun talking about this one. I'll let you tell him the whole thing.
Oh God. Varys is gonna go downstairs.
Brief rundown. Apparently, we made a deal. He's waiting on his exit to get prepared. But it's not safe for him outside these walls, and the fewer people that know about him being here, the better. I'm not saying we trust him. I am saying that his answers and cooperation have been purchased.
Very well. He is welcome to stay here as long as he's not violent. And does not cuss at my nuns.
They still carry
I'll run back down there and inform him to please watch language upstairs.
they still carry the great big, rulers.
No, there is no school here.
I have never seen a nun that didn't have a ruler. What are the odds?
It's clearly been far, far too long since you have been to church.
You were there for part of this.
Does he have anything he needs?
Not that he has told us about, however.
Is he any more hurt than he was before?
I didn't touch him. I didn't even touch him with other things.
Okay.
No, he's okay.
Gonna get me an ear, too.
You know, Bjorn,
Mike got that reference, and I love you for it.
your, what's this word? Bluster. It can either be charming or exhausting.
I switched to Arabic. I'm a lot of things. I didn't intend to hurt the guy. Yes, I know how, but it was intended to scare him into making a deal sometime within 2 hours rather than 3 days. And so that way I didn't have to go about trying to literally rip his fingernails off.
Father Dominic kind of stares at Bjorn for a while.
You just had to loosen your purse strings, not his tongue.
And then does not switch to Arabic.
Oh, that's
You really shouldn't make threats you do not intend to carry out. Not that you should be making threats, but...
I don't make threats I don't intend to carry out. But that's also why I didn't make that threat.
Versa. Are you well?
Yes. Very.
The nurse Angelica, she left something for you.
Okay.
He kind of holds up a finger.
I take the coffee cup from earlier and I go refresh his coffee.
It's like half drank at that point.
Sure.
The father comes back with like a little Tupperware box. It's like someone made the time to go out and buy fresh Tupperware, like the really clear, crispy stuff.
Ooh.
Ooh, that's good.
And it's full of just cookies. Like,
I've
hands it
never heard
over.
of Tupperware described as crispy before.
You know, the
That's
very,
amazing.
very brand new stuff before you have a chance to ruin
Yes.
it.
Oh, yeah.
She went out and bought that just for you.
The famous Detsy Tupperware. Still good.
But,
You have a
all right,
very
so-
bright red-faced Verso right now.
The father kind of
Verso
chuckles
when
and
he's
pats him on the
embarrassed.
arm.
The Verso Virtuoso starts again.
It'd be just so cute when he's embarrassed.
It's very
Did she
sweet.
leave it? Did she leave a note?
Boy, it's all of you.
I don't know, Versa, do you open it?
Oh, God. Shit.
Or
Fine, let's do it.
if you crack the lid in the Tupperware, there's like a little folded piece of stationery in there. It's got like a little man sitting at a desk with like a water line up to his neck, and it just says in type like, "This is fine." And then handwritten on there, it says, "Thank you for taking care of me while I was taking care of others. I hope this brightens your day."
Aw. Damn it,
Yes.
it did.
P.S. This is a new recipe. I hope these cookies are as sweet as you.
Fuck.
Does it have a
Oh
number?
my god.
Of course it
Oh. Goodness gracious. You, like,
Shamelessly reading over his shoulder.
You know, dude,
Wow!
this is not said out loud. Fucking, I love to picture Verso just alone on his couch late at night watching like rom-coms and shit. It's like, yeah.
Hey Jen, off-topic question.
Yeah, what's that?
Would the power plant area be close to that the wharf restaurant?
Probably not. That area is kind of super duper rundown and industrial. The restaurant is in a much more like commercial shopping food area.
Okay.
It's a little bit closer.
I want to go after they're done with everything. I'm going to want to go outside and get a taxi over to that area.
Okay.
Taxi!
Easy enough. You just have to wait a few minutes.
Verso.
Yeah, we're gonna put the lid back down. And you know what, too, is that, like, you know, at first he's blushing, he's trying not to smile, but then, like, he just gets really sad. It's like, that was very nice of her.
Verso. I think she would like it. You do know all like the book tropes and everything, right?
Of course.
The whole raising a chin with a sword point and all that. She strikes me as the kind of girl who might like that.
Something tells me it is not quite that simple, Hunter, so.
With this life, it is not.
And now you understand why I can't live that kind of life.
I'm just gonna, like, immediately get annoyed and be like, you put your loved ones in danger just by being close to them. I cannot afford to do the same. These cookies were nice of her, but I will not put her in danger.
Counterpoint?
This is the
I'm a bit
first.
devil's advocate.
Oh,
Mortal lives are very short. Even if we do nothing to change that, yes, Verso? How many mortal lives have you led?
Many.
Many. Each one has the good parts. Each one has bad parts. Happiness, sadness, struggle, and success. Yeah. Your presence in someone's life does not necessarily endanger them. You can be safe. But what if there were a universe in which you were joy for them, happiness? Without you, they'd be a little more bored, a little more sad. Is bringing happiness not worth it too?
It is, but good people come and go. The closest people to both us as immortals and to mortals. Nothing lasts forever. Even the best people in some people's lives have to go eventually.
Exactly. So,
Which is why
I hate to agree with Bjorn. I do. I hate it. It makes me sad. I will pray for absolution later.
Verso,
But-
do you know how long it's been since any person I've loved has been in danger?
A few days ago, no?
Until a few days ago, it hadn't happened. Until a few days ago, it hadn't happened for 106 years. I was married. I had a full-on, long, loving life. I loved that woman as passionately as I could. And she was never in danger. I lived through World War II and the Nazi occupation of Norway with that woman. My being immortal had nothing to do with the dangers we faced. That was simply life. And until some other immortal decided to put the people I love at risk, I have been loving, caring, and holding them as tightly as I can, as loosely as I can. They're not mine to possess. They're free to come and go in and out of my life as they will, but the love and the joy that they bring, and I'd like to think that I occasionally deposit in their life, does not necessarily have danger to it. How many world wars have we lived through? How many wars, conquests, invasions, plagues, floods, droughts have we all lived through simply by living? There's danger enough in the world without assuming that somehow we bring it.
So, I can either tell her, oh no, you never came back, I couldn't give him cookies. Or you could think about it for a little while and think maybe, just maybe, you are worth having life. No matter how fragile that life might be. And I'm done with the unsolicited advice.
I do want to try a cookie, though.
No.
That is between you and the Verso.
But.
Like immediately, just like body turn. No. These are my cookies.
Congratulations on a very well said sermon, Padre.
That one I didn't even have to practice. Where are you off to?
I have a friend at so-and-so pawn shop who I need to talk to about the message and the threat that brought me here.
Okay.
And also, apparently there's a good Scandinavian restaurant that I haven't tried yet. I'm trying to remember
Dwarf?
whether or not... Does everybody know about this place? Yes, that one. Is it good?
Pretty good.
If you like fermented shark?
I'm not a big fish guy, but...
Really?
Mm.
Not even on Friday?
Mm.
Well, I'm gonna give it a shot. Is there anything you recommend?
No. I'm sure you'll order what you like.
Should I bring you something back?
No.
Okay.
And you, Verso, where are you heading? While you chew. I am very rude. It's a whole different drink.
There were
I
$1
told him-
chocolate carrots at Walmart. They're great.
Hello.
Oh yeah.
Forget something.
So are we party splitting right now? Out of character? Do we have 2 people going 2 different ways?
Well, yeah. So, Timmy went to, I guess, scout out the power plant. And I guess, what?
I'd probably still be out front hailing down the taxi if anybody's trying to catch up.
So you can go help scout out the power plant, or you can go with Bjorn to go to a pawn shop and to get some shark, or you can do something else that you want to do.
Well, the power plant sounds very dangerous, so I'm going to go with Timmy to make sure something bad is gonna happen, for Pete's sake. But at least he's not gonna be... Well, maybe, would Jason be going with Timmy? Like, what's Jason gonna be doing?
Jason is off doing something.
Alright, well, if Jason is gone, I just want to make sure someone is with Timmy.
Okay.
So we'll go with Timmy.
Speaking of Jason, sending him a text to alert him of location changing.
Okay. Well, we'll say Jason is off trying to gather his stuff from your house, which you cannot go to right now.
Sure hope my parents weren't expecting to get paid this month.
Speaking of, have you checked in on them at any point?
Nope.
Call your mom and she's like, where the hell have you been?
Not even like a
The phone they knew of was left there.
not even like a Google or no? Okay.
Sure, why not? We'll Google them.
Can we check the headlines?
Yeah, let's check headlines.
Find me a newsie.
Fascinating. They were arrested.
Whoops.
Oops.
For suspicion on your disappearance. Manhattan couple arrested over the suspicious disappearance of their young child.
Oh no. Damn, that sucks. Oh well.
Alexa, play Despacito.
And I have no humanity. I love it.
That's what she gets for hitting on Jason.
Aren't you the one who said, in no uncertain terms, you can totally date my mom?
I did.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure I knew where the hypocrisy train got off.
All right, so
Yeah, we go.
we got 2 going to Brooklyn waterfront. We have 1 going to pawn shop. Am I correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yism.
Cool. First, so you hop in a taxi cab with Timothy. Takes you around the city. Eventually, what do you tell them you're going to exactly? Since you don't have really the address.
Do I know of any landmarks in the vicinity, like within 3-4 blocks?
Probably. I didn't Google that, so we'll say you just do.
Okay, I didn't know if you wanted me to roll anything.
Crazy Ivan's daycare.
Roll me streetwise just to remember a specific place.
23.
Sure. You remember like an old textile mill or something that is also probably shut down at this point, but is like up for lease.
Let Versa know right before we have it. You're looking to purchase this building. It's a textile mill. Your textiles from overseas. In case the cab driver asks.
Evens or odds?
Odds.
I'm pretty sure that cab driver hasn't had a rider in just hours because
He does not care. Just one.
chatty as fuck.
Oh, that.
Where are you going? What's your name? Is this your first time in New York City?
The accent's killing us. I mean, other than that, feel free to chat him up.
If you guys can, wanna roll deception, Verso?
Cabby info is always lovely.
Get his number.
No.
You haven't done
You
it
already
this
have
session.
3. Well, technically only 1.
Can I
got
assist?
mine.
I don't even know.
2. Yeah, 2.
Jen, can I assist?
Fuck.
Since
Sure.
we're playing
Can I use one of my advantages?
You can use one of your advantages, yes.
I was
Okay.
going to assist to give you advantage.
Well, we'll see how this goes.
Okay.
Does our advantage from last week carry over?
No, those converted to spirit points.
Awesome.
Spirit points.
Then I'll get rid of that. Awesome. And
Okay. That's better.
Much better. Oh yeah.
You at least answer fast enough, and or pretend like you don't speak English well enough that your answers are satisfactory. As the taxi driver kind of takes you toward that area, about a block and a half away. Timothy, you see the building that you're pretty sure is the Jumpin' Jack power plant. It is on the outside. It looks practically crumbling. It's that red brick, really old, faded from the sun, 5 stories tall. Half the windows have been bricked up. The other half have been broken out. The tiny strip of grass around it is just weedy and disheveled. But you see it, and you're pretty sure that's the right building.
Okay. We'll continue to our destination. I'll just mark where it is in relation.
Okay. Eventually, the cab driver will stop in front of the textile mill and let you off.
Alright, make sure he gets paid, all the good stuff.
Mhm.
And wait until he's out of sight, and then we'll start heading that way stealthily.
Okay. He drives away. Who are you trying to hide from? Exactly.
I just want to keep out of mainstream line of sight. If there's anybody who happens to be down there, kind of like blend in a little bit. I'm guessing homeless folks are walking around more.
Yeah, there's some homeless people, unhoused people kind of at the street corner. It's not a pedestrian heavy area though.
Mm-hmm. Reach out my bag, pull out my fingerless gloves, and just try to blend in the area.
Okay.
And make our way that way.
Verso, are you kind of playing along, or are you just walking around like a human?
Well, I trust that Timmy knows what he's doing because he's been in New York longer.
Okay.
We're gonna throw our hood up. And then hands in the pockets. Low profile.
Yeah.
Since you are trying to blend in more than you are exactly trying not to be seen, I'm gonna say roll me some deception.
Cool. 21.
Sweet.
Oh god. You know what? It checks out.
Verso flips his hood up, like shoves his hand
Can I use a Patreon intervention?
I mean,
It's not on him.
I would like to use a redemption. Yeah.
okay.
Reroll that, please.
Roll again then, Verso.
Okay, it's another 1.
I would laugh
Okay,
really.
put that evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
14.
That's the second time in a row where I've re-rolled and it's added 10 to my previous roll.
That's true.
Indeed so.
Heck yeah.
So I guess rerolls are worth 10.
I've got magic in me.
So, Verso, you get a couple of looks, maybe from like the people you suspect maybe don't have homes, because like they know there's something not quite belonging about you. But the people who are just kind of walking to their cars or walking to the subway or like walking to some destination, they don't notice you, and nobody really pays you much mind, Timmy, except to wonder what a kid maybe is doing out here. But that kind of look you can recognize at this point.
I get that a lot.
Like the side eye, I guess it's not my problem, but
Yeah, well, like I said, we're just gonna make our way down. I want to scope out, like, is there any area of the building that looks like it's a higher trafficked area than what an abandoned building should be?
any area of the building. Well, most of the windows on the lower 2 floors have been bricked up. Higher up in the building, there are some that are like just empty holes that have maybe either been shot out at some point or the glass just gave way. Specifically, what are you looking for to ID as traffic?
Like if it's...
And how close are you willing to get?
I mean, I'll walk right by the building if I'm thinking I'm blending in pretty well. Like, I'm not gonna like try to poke my head into it, but I am going to investigate it.
Okay.
I'll kind of walk the block, maybe walk down, cut over after a few blocks, and come back up.
Okay.
But I'm looking for. There's signs of the other buildings that are probably disused, right?
Yeah, it is. It is kind of a really
So I'm
rundown
seeing
area.
if there's some areas where there is like obvious signs that people are entering and leaving, or people have added to like fresher, I guess, construction. I guess it'd be the way to look at it.
Okay. Roll investigation.
Okay.
And Verso, what are you doing?
That is a dirty 20.
Do I see what Timmy's looking at?
You see that he is kind of pacing a square around the building, looking at it.
Okay. Yeah, we're gonna scope out potential, like, if there's like weaknesses in windows, any exits, just, you know, if we get into a pinch.
Okay, both of you, Verso, also roll me investigation. Then.
Damn it.
Okay. Verso, I'll start with you because everything I'm giving you, Timmy can also see. As you like, kind of mark out the square footprint of the building, I imagine going a little too far in all directions, so it's not really obvious exactly what you're scouting. You see there are 2 main entrances, 2 doors going in. There is a front and a back. Most of the surrounding landscape is concrete, so that doesn't really show you a whole lot of traffic. And there is a guy standing outside the back door smoking. Timmy, you notice as you pass through, some of the bricked up windows on the first floor are old. They're kind of like crumbling a little bit. They're faded. Those have been there a while. But it looks like at some point recently, someone bricked up the remaining bottom floor windows. You also notice that the door on the front and the back have both probably been replaced in the past few months. They're, instead of rusting and decaying, they are brand new steel doors with brand new locks. The one on the front is just standard key. The one on the back actually has a keypad.
Okay. When we get to the end of the corner after seeing the back, do you see that there's some keypad? There's a keypad on that back door. and these windows have been freshly bricked up. Like, some of them are old, but some of them are obviously new. There was a key on the front, that keypad on the back.
There's a man smoking out back.
Mm-hmm.
He has to have something.
I'm no good in physical altercations, but you think you can? Hey Jen, did I happen to see security cameras, or was it just locked?
There were no security cameras that you could see.
Yeah, I didn't see any cameras. If we could get a hold of him, give him a few bucks to say, "Hey, come here," and then. Or do we want to wait for everybody?
Do I have a watch or a phone?
I pull out my phone.
I imagine you have a phone if you own a phone.
Yeah, school stuff. Best to have a phone on you. What time is it?
It is late afternoon, coming up on 6 p.m. Sun's starting to dip.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we don't know when we're gonna get the next opportunity for a way in that's as subtle.
It's true. And like I was told, he didn't have a very large operation, maybe 12 to 15 at most.
Then it may cause a problem if he does not come back inside.
I was like, maybe we should text the guys.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, I sent a text to Bjorn and Jason to let them know where we are, what we're doing, and what I was looking at.
Okay.
And then we just kind of move to the side in maybe one of the other fallen down buildings.
Thank you.
Okay. All right. Well, you guys are waiting for a response. We'll swap back to Bjorn. Bjorn, are you heading to the pawn shop first?
Yes.
Or are you going to get some food first?
I was going to the pawn shop first, only because I was assuming that I'd be able to drop something and then go back or whatever.
Drop something and go back?
Like, drop the information he needed, let him clone something, take a look at the number, what have you.
Gotcha. Okay. How are you getting there?
How far is it from the church?
From the church depends on how you go. If you go to the subway, it's like a 12-minute ride. If you hail a cab, it's probably like 10 minutes. If you walk, it's probably like 20-25.
I'm gonna go ahead and take a cab because I don't have a subway card.
Yeah, those are
So yeah,
hard to get.
You gotta give them information. Ew.
You kind of. All right, so you take a taxi.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
I do the stereotypical whistle and wave. Taxi!
Yeah.
Don't argue with what works.
Hey. Alright, take a cab. Go get dropped off out front. I let the cab go. I'll grab a different one because I don't know how long I'm gonna be in here.
Okay. She did say it would cost money. How are you intending to pay?
Does this pawn shop happen to have an ATM?
Sure.
I was planning on going to the ATM.
Okay.
But I go to the ATM and I withdraw, let's say, I may have to do this over several transactions. I don't know what the limits are here. $600.
Okay. Well, probably 2 transactions. I think $300 is the limit on most.
Okay. And then I walk up and I ask for the person whose name I was given. Moshi, something like that?
Nah.
I'm not even close, am I?
No. There's a guy at the register, kind of like hunched over like one of those little like foam trays of watches. Little name tag says Ron.
What did the waiter say to the duck?
He looks up at you, doesn't really say anything. Who? Name is Mace, by the way.
Mace?
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, I was told I needed to speak to someone called Mace.
Told by who?
Very dear lady friend of mine
Yeah?
named Grace.
Roll me insight. There's a very clear look of recognition on his face as he kind of like straightens up, shoves a little foam tray of watches back into the little display clears, locks it back closed. Don't steal nothing.
Don't intend to.
And he wanders back into the back. After like a minute, maybe a minute and a half, kind of a young, not young enough to be like a teenager, but like sort of that age range where you're not sure if they can drink yet, comes out. No facial hair, bleach blonde, like twisted into kind of like shortcut dreads, eyebrows shaved clean off, face full of piercings, a Barbie t-shirt. Guy without a name tag kind of comes out of there, drinking a big Slurpee and just kind of glaring.
Mace? A very good friend of mine, Grace, told me that you could help me with a problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Ron told me.
Okay.
Which problem?
I got a rather threatening text message, and I don't know. I'm having trouble finding out who it's from. Grace told me that you would be the person to talk to about that.
You bring the phone?
I did.
You bring the cash?
I did.
He takes the phone and just walks back into the back.
I keep my ears open, but also, wait around at least a little bit.
Okay. At some
Look
point,
around.
Ron comes back out to kind of go back to doing actual work. Maybe hops on the phone to make a phone call or two while you're there. He's very clearly speaking in code, giving you a side eye the whole time, like you're actually inconveniencing him and making this so much harder than it needs to be.
This is
Do you
what
do
happens
anything while
when
you wait?
I'm looking around, see if they got anything cool.
What you looking for?
I see if they have any swords.
They do.
Do any of them look cool?
Yeah.
Do any of them look real?
Yeah.
Would I recognize any of them?
Roll me intelligence.
Requiring me to have positive merits.
Okay. Most of them you don't recognize. There are some that are like really nice. They're clearly like antique collectors, some of them in better condition than others. But there is one particular longsword that has a very intricate, detailed, sort of like intertwined, multi-metal, like silver and gold wrapped handle. That you know, at some point, was Husam's.
Once he gets off the phone, I ask, "Hey, Ron,
Yeah.
what can you tell me about that sword there?
It's a fancy ass sword.
How much?
6,000.
When did you get it?"
Fuck. And he just goes to his computer, types something in. 3.5 months ago.
And this thing hasn't sold since then?
It's $6,000.
Still.
It's real gold and silver.
Oh, I can tell. A friend of mine used to have one. Looked quite a bit like it.
Uh-huh.
Just wondering why it would be here.
Because someone pawned it.
Yeah, I got that part, but you don't normally see swords like that in New York.
But there's like 6 tubas. You don't normally see tubas in New York. Pawn shops are places for shit people don't want no more.
Fair point. Do you know who sold it to you?
He sighs. Goes back to the computer. Name on the license was Gloria. You know a Gloria?
Not in this context, and I have no idea how she would have gotten that. How much longer do you think Mace is going to be?
I don't know. Hey, Mace! Like 2 seconds later, he's 7 minutes.
Thank you. $6,000 though.
Yup. One of a kind.
God, I need to look something up on my sheet.
What do you need to look up?
Wealth. For
Very
reasons.
top of the front sheet.
You probably. What is your wealth?
3.
3. That's what I was thinking. You do not have $6,000 just sitting in your account. You could move stuff around and get it, but it would take a little time. I don't mean like days, but you would have to intentionally sit down and
do
rearrange
something.
some stuff. Yeah.
Better go grovel at Timmy's feet.
And this is about the time that you get the text from Timmy.
I do, because I don't have my phone.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
Timeline wise.
All right. Could you do any better than 6? It's really nice, but I don't know if it's $6,000 nice.
Tell you what, if it's still there in 3 more months, you can come back and grovel. Maybe I'll do you a favor. But for now, 6.
How much of a favor would 3 months be?
Depends how generous I am and how good you are at groveling.
What kind of groveling?
He just stares.
Looks right back at him, not blinking.
And for another 6 minutes, just stare at each other. Eventually, Mace comes back out, just wordlessly, like, tosses the phone back at you over the counter. That's kind of annoying, actually. So,
How so? I put the money. I'm sorry. I thought I had already handed. I thought I already paid her.
That's fine.
I thought I paid the guy. All right.
If you
So-
point at where the cash is, he'll.
I'm sorry. I thought I had handed it to him at the beginning. Okay, my mistake.
He was just looking for the phone at the beginning. It's fine.
So, what do you mean it's annoying?
I don't know, whoever sent that message knew what they were doing. That shit was routed through, like, the US, the Bahamas, all over the Caribbean, all over Europe, down to, like, this one satellite in fucking Antarctica? Antarctica!
Really?
But I think I tracked it back to New York City, originally.
Do you have a number or a name?
I got a number. Like, sides over, a little piece of paper. His handwriting is terrible.
I read it back to make sure I have it down correctly.
And like what you thought was a 9 is actually a 4. What you thought was a 2 is a 5. It's a mess.
Yeah. I write the number underneath it just to be safe. Okay. Is
It's
there anything else you...
it's a burner and can't really chase it down. I got a serial number from it, but because it's a burner, like it's not linked to an account, so I can't really get an account. But I do have some searches running to see what stores sell this serial number line and this phone model.
Oh wow!
In New York City. It's gonna take some time. There's a lot of stores that sell phones in New York City.
Sure.
But if I got your phone number, so you know when I get it narrowed down to like a few, I can send you a text.
Rough idea on timeline? A day?
Depends
3 days?
how. Maybe like a day.
Okay.
Maybe like a day, unless something else comes up.
Thank you.
Uh-huh.
You wouldn't... You seem fairly tech savvy, so let me see if... Just rough idea on something. If I were to go in and get a brand new set of credentials in a system, like a corporate system, go in, new login passwords, new IDs, and everything. That's either going to take a good amount of time or a good amount of money, right?
What are you trying to do?
I'm not. I'm trying to double check an alibi.
It depends too much, man. Like, it depends on the complexity of the system, like where the servers are located, what level of access they have in the first place, what kind of logs, if they're trying to be secretive about it, like who else has access to the system, whether there are any redundancies in place, whether they want to erase data previously. There's a lot, man.
How fast would it be? Like 30 minutes or like longer? Do you think?
If you already have access, then you could just...
If I could walk up to the building.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Like if you have access to the system, if you have admin privileges, minutes maybe. Depends on what all you're changing. That's a really vague question.
Well, unfortunately, that's all the information I was given, so I'm afraid it had to be vague.
Depending on all that, either minutes or months. Like if you were like, hey, give me a login to the CIA, I'd be like, all right. Give me 2.5 months. But if you were like, hey, give me the, I don't know, vault code to the 7-Eleven on 35th Street, I'd be like, all right, give me 7 hours.
All right. If I said get me new admin to a Fortune 5, get me a new login and ID at a Fortune 500 company I just got fired from. The owner personally fired me.
If you had access before
Mm-hmm.
and you still had the info,
Yeah.
depends. But they had time to scrub and lock out. Maybe minutes, maybe hours.
Okay.
And that's me not knowing the system.
Obviously. I don't know. What's the name of that billionaire tech guru guy? Not Elon, the other one.
Ew.
Bezos?
Jimmy, what's the name of the guy that you tried to kill?
Oh, Trust.
Trust?
Maximo Trust.
Yeah, what if I was trying to do that to like Maximo Trust place?
You trying to do it to Maximo Trust Place?
Not that I'm not willing to admit to.
I mean, I just crimed for you. So, like, you can tell me we're crime buddies now.
I didn't do nothing, but a guy I know claims to have done it. And it seems too good to be true.
Depends what level of access he had before.
The highest.
Seems possible. Just depends what they had time to lock him out of.
They had over a day. Thank you. You've been very helpful.
I know.
I look at Ron. I may be back to talk to you about that. Do you think maybe I'd have to... Do you think I could go a little bit less time before having the grovel?
You kind of like, meh. That's all you get. You just get a meh and a hand wave.
Okay. It really is very pretty, though.
Mm-hmm. You don't know how to
Good luck.
negotiate very well, do you? Get out of here.
Oh, I wasn't trying to negotiate.
You've been asking for a lower price. You know what?
That's
It's
not
worth
okay.
it. It's not worth it. It ain't worth it.
This is not the Grand Bazaar. Would you like me to haggle? I can haggle.
It ain't worth it, Ron. It ain't worth it. You've been doing so good.
I've been doing so good.
You got any more business here? I got phone calls to make.
I can't think of anything, but thank you very much for your time.
You're welcome.
Okay. And I walk out. Oh, you ever been to the Wharf restaurant?
My wife wanted to go there one time, but you know what? I don't like
Okay.
exotic foods.
Alright. Somebody recommended it to me. I just wanted to know if any of the locals eat there. Okay, thank you.
I'll stick to my steak and potatoes.
Can't go wrong. And I get out, hail a cab, and give him the address for... As I'm hailing a cab, I check my phone and see what Timmy said.
Okay. Do you need a reminder, or do you want to message him back?
He said he was going to so-and-so address. Crime in progress, come if convenient.
It was more or less, we need backup.
Oh, fuck. One time I tried to get my shark. Alright. I jump in the cab and I ask the cabbie to take me to blah 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 address.
Okay. You meet up with well, you're dropped off outside of the address. If you look left, look right, you will eventually spot Verso and Timmy.
All right. Do I notice them being not noticeable?
You do notice they seem to be acting a little weird.
Okay.
Dressed a little weird.
In that case, I make a point of not acknowledging them. And I sort of walk over into the shadows nearby to sort of wait, like I know what I'm doing and I know I'm supposed to be there. But it's nice and nondescript. Yes.
Silly question.
Yeah.
Is there... What time of year is it?
It's now time of year.
Okay, so would anybody have, barrels or anything lit on fire for warmth? As far as the homeless community.
Not directly on the street, but you see, as you're kind of walking, maybe some warm glow of fires, like deeper in the alleys.
Okay, probably huddling around there,
Okay.
Give whoever's fired it is, $5 to share.
Okay.
Catch.
I send it to... Oh, okay.
Like, you just kind of after that walk away, go around another corner.
I take a look at the place he indicated, and I'm assuming I need to roll an insight or an investigation.
Did
I
you
was
give?
just indicating go around the corner.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like indicating the building. My mistake then. So I meander around the other side of the building to meet him behind.
And pull Versa with us.
Okay. You all can easily sort of gather in the tucked away location of your choice.
Hi, our clandestine.
So we found Calvin's place, or his boss's place.
Mm-hmm.
There, it's like I said, it's that old warehouse, 3 blocks down. And there's fresh brick on the lower windows, fresh doors, and there's a keypad on the back door. There was one guard when we first walked it that was standing at the back. It was supposed to be a small operation through here, like 12 to 15 people.
Have you seen anybody come or go since then? Since you got here? Cars pulling up, dropping off?
Have I?
Right, you know what? Roll me perception. I'll see if I can give you some more stuff.
That is a 9, or excuse me, 8.
Do you want to use your last advantage?
Yeah, I need it on this one. That is a 10 even.
Okay. You've noticed some cars roll by. Some like slowed down, maybe one parked in front. You didn't really, from the angle you were hiding out at, didn't really necessarily see anyone go in or out, but there is traffic at least going past in a way that isn't necessarily normal for traffic.
Yeah, especially if a building is supposed to be abandoned.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there were some folks driving by, but I don't know, it was hard to tell.
Driving by.
Yeah, occasionally they'd stop, but I couldn't see anything.
Should we be worried about another concern?
How fancy were the cars?
Not fancy.
No.
So we don't have to worry about him having run across someone else? Or perhaps the police department being under the same lead that we are?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I think we got the
FYI.
comment before that was any kind of investigation got that far.
Okay. Jen?
Yeah.
Before I tell him one thing, I take a look using the awesome and limitless power of Google and my DM's extreme amount of patience with me, to look up satellite over Antarctica.
Okay.
Just to see, is there any record of which one that would be? Because, I mean, other than space telescopes, I don't really know of any that far south. So I'm assuming that if there's one there, odds are it's probably owned by a private concern.
When you Google satellite over Antarctica, you see like some very nerdy articles basically about, you know, when expeditions to Antarctica really got away, and once, you know, I don't remember the name of the workspace down there. It's a very specific name. But once they started to, you know, set up research and they started to set up like actual residential living there, it's basically very specific and used almost primarily and almost solely by like scientists and researchers working at the base there.
But does it say who launched the satellite?
I'm sure it does. I'm a level with you. It's not going to be relevant.
Oh, okay. So it's not like it's a burner, but it went through this satellite that nobody knows about except for like 3 people.
No, it's like proximity. But okay, I don't think you really have the background for me to answer that the way you want me to. Roll computers. Roll computers.
Come on, random number generator.
It's not like satellites have like a login and password. It's basically signal in, signal out.
Yeah, but
so what is the exact question you're asking?
My question is, this person, whoever took this, took a burner phone and managed to route it across 4 continents, and God only knows how many towers, including one in Antarctica. Since trying to guess who owned, like, the fact that all these other towers and cell phone calls and everything would be fairly easy for anybody to loop it through if you had the right equipment. Sending it through a satellite seems to be the odd being, like the odd creature out here. I'm wondering if that satellite is like owned by Bezos or Trust or whoever, and as such they knew it was there and would route through it, if only to make it even more difficult to catch. Do you see what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to say, like,
I do.
Did the complexity?
So it's basically subsidized by by governments.
Okay.
That's who basically paid for it. So it's not owned by like a rich guy. It's utilitarian placed there by governments for work purposes, research purposes, for the teams that come in and go out. It is the furthest out possible communications waypoint. So, roll me insight. I don't want to just give you information Google necessarily wouldn't. Okay. Because it's owned by, like, basically governments, and it's regulated by governments, it was put up in there by governments. It's probably not owned by the person you're looking for. Probably it is entirely either a flex, like, look what I can do, fucking Antarctica, suck it, or B, it's just the farthest out they could actually bounce a signal. But that is all it means.
So out of character, I'm reading too much into this?
Way too much.
Okay. Does my Google search effectively tell me that? Hey Bjorn, this isn't going where you think it's going?
You basically, whatever conspiracy you try to Google, it gets then ended by either this, hey, the government put the satellite here, or B, like, this is really far out of the way.
Okay. I was hoping maybe too much obscurity turned into a fingerprint. All right.
Nope. It's just they bounced it off that telecommunications waypoint the same way as they did multiple other places. It was just the furthest out they went.
Okay. So I just got back. Apparently, I may have something resembling a lead on the phone that sent me the death threats. So yeah. Not nearly as definitive as I was hoping. What?
Well, that's fun. Where did it come from?
Burner phone, apparently somehow originally in New York, but apparently got bounced all over the world into satellites and BFE.
Maybe. And this could be my reading into something. Trust is apparently if we're going with Trust is the mastermind behind the whole thing, and he had that list. This is a pot stick. It might not work. It might not work out. It might. But if we're going with Trust is the key holder behind everything, because he's trying to do all this research, he would need different samples from different Immortals, so he could have a wide sample base, right?
Well, I mean, that's what a scientist would do.
Yeah, well, a scientist would tell him what he needed, and he would get it, more or less. What if the death threats were sent out originally just to bring you here?
Why would they? If it was just to me, I'd agree. It's a trap for me. I knew this was a trap walking into it. My question is, it's got how many other people who were expected to be in a place to experience the bombing and then survive the bombing to get the information then.
We've got
to see him. Yeah, but whoever's on that list, how many? That's either 7 victims or 6 victims and 1 person trying to be clever. But that's 7 people who are supposed to know how clever and badass and Machiavellian the sender was. This is somebody who needs to be seen, who needs an audience, and who needs somebody to basically be standing there at the end, right before he decapitates them, and tell them, wow, you're so fucking smart.
I mean, that fits Trust to a T.
This is Tony Stark, basically. But here's my question.
Trust is that much of an egocentric maniac.
I've never met the guy. But my question is this. Why bother? Why not just have us kidnapped off the streets? If he knew how to send texts to all of our numbers and send people there, I'm assuming if he did it to me, he did it to someone else. Why would he go after
me or Verso, right?
What? Sorry.
He did not message me or Verso, correct?
You did not receive individual messages, no.
Why not just have, 3 guys jump out of a van and, with a syringe full of knockout juice and drag me here? Why the extensive whatever? This is not the behavior of a scientist. This is the behavior of something out of Spider-Man. Not all
scientists are the same.
This is James Moriarty style.
No, I think the style is the mastermind. The scientist just told the mastermind what needs to be gathered.
Is the guy smoking outside still there?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
There is Oh, come on, Verso. Come on, Verso.
I mean, you guys
pretend he's in Nurso. Pretend he's in Nurso, Verso.
He's the only guy, in the immediate vicinity, right? Because there was no traffic or anything that could be seen?
Yep, the only person you've seen, at least outside that building, There's traffic in and out. They're New York City streets. It's not super busy, but there's constant traffic.
Roll for
Got it.
Italian.
So there were no cameras. Well, do I see that there's no cameras?
You definitely didn't see any cameras.
Yeah, of course I didn't with that number 7. Shit. Yeah, that's alright. Alright. We're just gonna go in and do it. Consequences be damned. Out of character. Consequences be damned.
Do it.
Is there
Come on,
something
do it.
that's metallic and hollow that would like ring pretty loudly if I threw it?
A pipe.
Oh, sure. In the alleys, there's all kinds of like construction debris. You can probably find a piece of pipe somewhere.
Fling a bottle piss.
Alright, I'm going to... How far away from the building is he standing?
There's kind of like a concrete. It's not like a porch, but that's the only word my brain can come up with. There's like a concrete platform, like right at the back, like maybe not quite high enough for truck deliveries, but maybe that's where they usually get deliveries of some kind. So maybe like he's like a foot and a half away from the building itself.
All right, here's the plan. We're gonna throw this super loud object, like, to avert his gaze
Okay.
away from us, like away from our direction, so I can run in and like try to take him down.
Awesome plan.
I'll take
That-
that.
That we will get to next week because it is almost 8
Why-
p.m.
Yeah.
We could
I
just
feel
walk
like-
up and
Nope, we're done. We're
Nope,
done
we're
tonight. You guys did
Also
so
give a
great.
chance
I didn't want to.
Jason to catch up.
I didn't want to cut you off, but here we are.
No,
I
it's
was
fine.
gonna say, why are we being sneaky? He can't kill us.
Because
Walk
there's
up and
the
take
worst-
bullets.
Because Verso does not just punch people when there are better alternatives.
Versus too good of a person. Hey, props. We'll start with Bjorn. Who did a good job? Who made your day? Who made you laugh?
Oh
Who
man,
made you cry?
nobody made me cry. Quite a few giggles though. Oh man, I gotta give it to Artie just for the scene with the cookies and the note and like can I have a cookie? No.
No,
That was so cute.
I don't see your
Yes.
name on this box of cookies.
I don't see your name on it either.
Perfect.
You know what she meant.
Verso.
Why? You don't want her in your life?
I don't know why, but like Timmy calling the dude and the dude answered and he was like, "Who is it?" "It's Timmy." Wait, no, it went like,
Kangaroo.
"Hello? Hello? Who is this?" "It's Timmy." "What did you do this time?" "Yeah." Like, I know that it was followed by, "I didn't do anything this time," but just the, "What did you do this time?" "Yeah."
Hey,
I was
Perfect.
minding my own business.
And
I got
finally,
blowed up.
Timmy.
I got blowed up.
Bjorn. With the whole
I just need that to be it. I just need that to be the whole explanation.
if that's all you want, that's fine.
No, go ahead.
The whole thing where you were just dead set on ripping this poor guy to shreds, torturing him very slowly to the very core of his being.
But no, he wasn't actually going to do it. It's fine.
Oh, I totally was. Oh my
I was
god.
about to say, characters don't know that.
Yeah.
To be fair, this particular torture, I actually did research and sourced to someone in my backstory. This is canonically valid torture method.
That's fine.
In that case, I was under the shoulder, sort of like through the arm. I didn't realize
your
first.
head under my arm.
Whack-a-mole.
I didn't even know you were that tall.
Oh yeah, I'm freaking tall, lean, strong bean.
Also, Jen, as usual, your NPCs were amazing.
No.
Yes.
Thanks.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the story itself was fun as all get out.
Voice of God. Yeah, thank you for watching. Oh, they can't hear you at all, Matt. Oh, yeah. I guess his mic's not on.
Thanks for the personalized speech,
awesome.
Matt.
Awesome, cool. I unmuted my physical microphone, but didn't unmute my fucking Streamlabs.
Oh
good.
man, everyone missed the best floor drop.
Pro streamer over here. Anyways, so I'll do the quick versions. YouTube, if you haven't watched this before, watch all our stuff on YouTube. Everything's nice, personalized things. Discord, we'd love to have you over on Discord. Discord's where we talk about all this stuff. Patreon, give us your money. You get a lot of cool stuff, ranging from YouTube credits, free channel redeems, inner circle chat, chance to sign up for one-shots before the general public, freaking free slots in games, so on, so forth, etc., etc., etc. Lore drops, yada, yada, that stuff. Thank you, Pierce, for pointing out that people can't hear me. Discord can hear me, they cannot hear me. And we had Verso, portrayed by Artie Do 2, Bjorn, portrayed by Chef Corhall, Timothy, portrayed by Glenn Dizzle. I am DM Daddy RPG. Thank you again for watching, even though I was not present. And of course, this game was run by the ever impressive, ever magnificent, ever lovely JenofThieves, who repurposed Hazel's wig this week. Literally, I walked into the room and was like, is that Hazel? And it was like, yeah. It's like, did you brush the hair? And I was and yes, she did.
Yep.
We'll be back on Friday with more Werewolf the Apocalypse goodness. The pack is in a fun place where they're about to make a new best friend. There may, in fact, be a one-shot maybe happening next Saturday. Which we'll see how that goes. If you guys enjoyed Dinner Party last week, I trust and believe you will awesomely love next Saturday's one shot. And of course, Call to Arms will be back on Sunday. And then soon Dungeons and Dragons, which will be starting in the middle of the week. Yes, more games because we don't do enough apparently. Despite what people tell me that I do way more than I should. Guys, I hope y'all have a great rest of your work week, and we will see you Friday unless you come and talk to us sooner in Discord. I hope you all have a fantastic time. Thank you so much, as always, for my subscribers. We didn't hit our sub goal this month, but we will be hitting that again in March, maybe, hopefully soon. We'll see. I don't know. I'm just happy that you all hang out with us. You all have a fantastic time, and remember, even though you can't see me, I'm pointing at the camera. Daddy loves you. Thank you, Jen. Good job.